contribution, and I give the call to the member for Dunkley.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Before last year's federal election, I was out at one of the excellent public secondary schools in my electorate of Dunkley, Patterson River Secondary College. It's in Seaford, and it has some just terrific teachers and students. And they talked to me about their band and their program of having students engage with the band from Year 7, even if they didn't have a history of being musical or playing instruments, because of the value it adds to your life to have some involvement in music. But they had an issue about being able to afford to have enough instruments for all of their students, particularly those who came from families which couldn't afford to buy them themselves. So we were very pleased when during the election we made a commitment to fund an upgrade to instruments and music equipment for the school. It's a great school with a great program and it deserves support. It's also where AC/DC played their first Victorian concert, I'm told. And it makes sense that a school in the broader Frankston area and in Dunkley would host the first AC/DC concert. The school is now inspiring the next generation of musicians with a bunch of new music equipment and instruments, thanks to the Albanese Labor government and the delivery of that election commitment. It's going to help support the large growth in students that this school sees who are not just participating in instrumental music lessons, but are continuing with their music lessons because they've discovered that they loved it. I'm going out there very soon and I can't wait to hear what they've learnt to play on their new instruments. We are very proud in Dunkley that we have Monash University Peninsula Campus, we have Chisholm TAFE, and we have Peninsula Health with Frankston Hospital. And those institutions provide training and education, world-leading research and healthcare, which is second to none. And it's really important to me as the member for Dunkley to be involved in supporting the work of all of those institutions. It's the same with Paul Edbrook, the state member for Frankston, and Sonia Kilkenny, the state member for Carrum, and Paul Mercurio, the recently elected new state member for Hastings. So we are all so excited that the $1.1 billion redevelopment of Frankston Hospital is underway. It is going to be life-changing for many people in my community who need, unfortunately, the services of the hospital. It's also going to be life and career-changing for the professionals who work in the health system and work at Frankston Hospital. We're getting a new 12-storey clinical services tower and main entrance, 130 more beds, new maternity, obstetrics and paediatric wards, which are so important in my community. Pretty excited that for the first time there's going to be a women's clinic and a special care nursery, facilities for paediatric emergency services and new fit-for-purpose spaces for mental health and oncology. As I said, it is going to be life-changing for patients and for people that work there alike, and watching that starting to come up from the ground is incredibly exciting. We've also, as the Albanese Labor government, delivered on a really important commitment to the First Peoples Health and Wellbeing Clinic. We have, in the Bayside area, one of the fastest growing Indigenous communities in Victoria. That is little known. But we haven't had, until First Peoples Health and Wellbeing came and set up their Frankston hub, and any, let alone enough, Aboriginal health services. First Peoples are some of the most amazing people I have ever met that work there, and Corinda, who's the CEO, is the most dynamic and powerful woman I have ever met. They support the growing population of Aboriginal people, young and old, and I'm so pleased that we are supporting them with a grant that is enabling them to purchase their own building to provide services and continue down the road of self-determination that they have set themselves on. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
And I thank the member for Dunkley, and I give the call